As we look at the second section of solving equations, now we have equations that have two different things that we'll have to do to them in the process of solving it. Here we have 2 times n minus 5 equals 7. As we look at a problem that's a two-step problem, we're going to have to think of what PEMDAS stood for. And remember, when we were doing simplifying expressions, we always wrote PEMDAS in a vertical format with multiplying and dividing together on the same line. When we're solving an equation, we are going to do PEMDAS in reverse. In other words, we're going to do the adding and subtracting part first, then the multiplying and dividing portion of the problem. So, to undo the minus 5, our first step will be, just like in the previous section, will be to add 5. So, here I've shown I add 5 to each side. Notice when I add 5 to both sides, I get 2n equals 12. I'm really going to try hard to line up my equal sign to keep my problem neat. Now, just like the previous assignment, to undo the multiplication, we divide both sides by 2. Well, 12 divided by 2 is n equals 6. You got it. Alright, so over here on the below, I have shown my check. I'm going to replace the x variable with parentheses, and my parentheses then are going to be replaced with that 6. So 2 times 6 is 12, and 12 minus 5 is 7. Once again, it's not really about the numbers here. The point that we're trying to learn is the concept in how to undo a two-step problem. Let's look at number 2. I've intentionally made this a very similar problem, but had a fraction in. So, as we begin the problem, we're going to have to undo that plus 5. To undo a plus, we subtract, and so we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. Negative 8 minus 5 more is negative 13. That leaves us with x minus 2 equals 13. As we continue on this problem, we're going to have to try to remember dividing by 2, the opposite of that is multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 to eliminate the dividing by 2. 2 times negative 13 is negative 26. Let's put that back in our problem to see if it checks. Well, as we put it back in parentheses, we're going to put it back into the original problem. Negative 26 divided by 2, in parentheses, plus 5 equals negative 8. That's negative 13 plus 5, and that is negative 8. So it does check off, and we circle our answer. So as we're working a two-step problem, we have to remember. Now I put a couple notes down here at the bottom to help us remind us good form when we're solving equations. Keep your equal sign lined up. Work down on your paper, don't work across. Let's show each of our steps and check using parentheses, and then when we're finished, physically put a check mark and then circle your answer.